Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Anthem of Anxiety. I'm your host, Mark Addison. Today we'll be discussing Mortal Kombat X, or more specifically, Sub-Zero, who obviously is in the game. Today we'll be talking about how his presence is even possible, because dig this, if you remember correctly, in Mortal Kombat 9, Sub-Zero was automated, turned into a cyborg, and then promptly killed by Sindel. The original Sub-Zero, his older brother, Bi-Han, was killed by Scorpion and then was resurrected as a noob Saibot. So how is there a new Sub-Zero in this game to begin with? Now, I've heard a couple of theories out there. One, I believe it was from Uncaged Games, if I remember correctly, stating that Hydro, who is kind of a character from one of the old Mortal Kombat comic books, who can control water and whatnot, is coming back as the new Sub-Zero. Okay, that would be a cool idea. I think it'd be cool to have him as a character, DLC, or something like that. However, him making an appearance at all just seems unlikely, considering that Rain controls water and all that kind of stuff like that. So I don't think he's going to be the new Sub-Zero. What I think is going to be the new Sub-Zero, I think is going to be Noob Saibot. Why? How does that make sense? He's noob, he's dead, he's a completely different character now. Well, here's my theory on it. If all you guys remember, in Mortal Kombat 9, when Nightwolf fought Noob, he kicked him into the Soulnado. The Soulnado disrupted, exploded, and then Noob was not seen for the rest of the game. And my theory is that all this Soulnado energy actually purified him. Now, a lot of people might think, oh, it should have just destroyed him, you know, Noob's not going to be in the game. Well, back in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, Moloch and Draman threw Scorpion into a Soulnado that was inside Shang Tsung's palace. And instead of being destroyed like it originally said in his Mortal Kombat Deception bio, it stated that he actually was transported to the heavens where he met the Elder Gods, and then they made him into their champion. So yeah, the Soulnado cleansing Noob's soul and transforming him back into Sub-Zero is not completely impossible. Also, some evidence to support who this character is. In one of the trailers for Mortal Kombat X, Scorpion calls Sub-Zero, quote, murderer, implying that this is Noob because in the original timeline, the younger Sub-Zero was blamed for the death of the Shirai Ryu. In the new timeline, the older Sub-Zero, Bi-Han, was blamed instead, which gave Scorpion a different motivation for killing him rather than avenging his own death. So yeah, I believe that Noob Saibot is the current Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat X. Something else to point out. In Mortal Kombat Armageddon, of course, all the arcade endings are non-canonical with the exception of Taven. If you play through Noob Saibot's arcade, his ending states that Blaze's energy split his soul in two, to where he was just Noob and Sub-Zero. They fought, and then something else entirely just came into being, and it was just a new fighter. And I thought that would be a really cool idea, to be honest, because I'm like, okay, Noob Saibot can have some of his old ice powers, or maybe, you know, he could regain his lost humanity because his younger brother was trying to save his soul whenever, you know, Taven defeated him within the Lin Kuei temple. However, that obviously did not happen because Raiden reset the timeline using his little memory manipulation or what have you. And so that, you know, event never took place. Noob and Sub-Zero never fused together or anything like that. And so we just have a new timeline. Another theory I have about who the new Sub-Zero is, while it doesn't have much evidence and is probably completely false, is that the current Sub-Zero is Kuei Liang, the younger one, but a different version of him. Because in one of the trailers for Mortal Kombat X, when it's Scorpion fighting Sub-Zero, I think it's a gameplay trailer, to be honest, one of Sub-Zero's variations is, quote, Grandmaster. Now, in the new timeline, he never becomes the Grandmaster. He doesn't. It's still Sector's dad until Sector kills him and becomes a Grandmaster himself. In the original timeline, the Grandmaster was killed by Sector, and then him and Sub-Zero fought over control of the Dragon Medallion. Sub-Zero won, kicked Sector out, and he reformed the Lin Kuei. So maybe because there was some kind of time manipulation, some universal temporal disruption, that the Sub-Zero from the original timeline got sucked in to the Mortal Kombat X timeline, and so maybe it's kind of like the Spider-Man effect. I don't know if any of you guys have read Spider-Man. It's where Peter Parker from Earth 616, the mainstream Marvel universe, actually crosses over into the Ultimate Universe, and he meets Miles Morales, the current Ultimate Spider-Man. He learns that, you know, that Peter Parker died. He was killed by the Green Goblin, so he's like, oh my god, what happened? You know, how is this possible? And da 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 da. It was a pretty cool book, but if this is the Sub-Zero from the original timeline, it would probably happen something like that. Maybe, you know, a portal opened up. Portals open up all the time in Mortal Kombat, so it's really not that hard to. It's really not that hard to believe. It's pretty possible. He gets sucked into there, and then of course he's like, you know what? I was turned into a cyborg. That never happened, because there's different events in this timeline, not just the ones that, you know, Raiden directly affected or directly changed, but just the butterfly effects. Example: Sector, Cyrax, Baraka, and Shiva being in the Mortal Kombat tournament along with Nightwolf. That never happened in the original timeline. So who knows? Maybe something like that will happen. So yeah, to sum it up, my two theories are that the current Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat X is actually Kuai Liang, the younger brother from the original timeline, or it is Bi-Han, also known as Noob Saibot, from the new timeline, and he was purified and brought back to life. However, that is just a theory. I'm sure that we'll learn more as time goes on. I've read something stating that who Sub-Zero is, his true identity, will be revealed in the story mode. So it's kind of like a mystery from here, which I think is pretty cool. Anyways, if you like this video, click the like button, comment below, tell me your thoughts, tell me your theories. I want to hear them. Spread the word. And, of course, subscribe and get more people to this channel so we can have some more great discussions, guys. Later, and have a wonderful day.